Mirror, mirror on the wall, which is the toxic of them all? No, seriously, have you really stopped to ask yourself which social media platform was the most toxic of them all? Which one did you log on and there's just nothing but negativity? Let's just think about it for a second. Think about Facebook, think about Instagram, think about Reddit, think about Twitter. Out of those four, which one gives you the most negative feeling? Which one you log in on it every day and there's just some bullshit that's happening on there? Just think. I would say Facebook, but Facebook just doesn't cut it for me. It's just mostly full of boomers who make fun of millennials for not being able to afford housing. I would say Instagram, because Instagram can be pretty toxic, but it's mostly full of 12-year-old girls who, if they don't get over 10 likes on their Instagram post, they're gonna fucking slip their written. There's Reddit. Now, as a Reddit user myself, Reddit can be pretty toxic. We're talking about a platform where everyone sounds exactly the same, and if you have a different opinion, you're gonna get shitted on from every angle. And with that being said, Reddit still isn't the most toxic. Yes, it can be toxic. Yes, they still have basement dwellers who think they're superior just because they use Reddit, but it gets worse than that. So if it's not Instagram, it's not Facebook, and it's not Reddit, then what social media platform is the most toxic? It's Twitter. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Have you guys seen the things that Twitter does? Why Twitter? What's so bad about Twitter? How is it that Twitter is the worst of everything I just named? So, for those who's been living under a rock, Twitter has gathered this mentality that the woke life is the only life. I'm kind of impressed, honestly. They're setting records. I mean, every day Twitter finds something to be upset about. I just don't understand how they do it. It's like they wake up every morning and go, who can we cancel today? And to be honest, Twitter wouldn't be that bad if it was just a couple of morons trying to cancel people over the stupidest stuff. But it's thousands of people who do this on that platform. If you don't believe me, open Twitter and look for yourself. I mean, it's not that hard to find the crap that they post on there. You scroll 5 posts and there's some BS that Twitter has all agreed that it should be canceled. And besides Twitter's woke agenda, the thing that's even worse for me is cancel culture. Cancel culture. Just saying it makes me want to cut my tongue off with a butter knife. Came up with that anyway, cancel culture. Yeah, we're a culture that ruined people's life because of a insignificant thing they said nearly 10 to 8 years ago. What if one day you become a public figure and Twitter decides to cancel you over something you said nearly 9 years ago? Sounds unlikely, but they've done it to so many people so far, so who knows? And for example of someone who's been canceled and they're innocent, take a look back a couple of weeks ago to a month, I forgot how long it was. Someone got canceled for wearing a hairstyle in a video game. I mean, I don't think I can make this up if I wanted to. A video game? You're gonna ruin somebody's life because they wear a certain hairstyle in a video game? So I know what you're thinking. Well, if they're gonna cancel somebody over a video game, it might have been a popular video game, you know, something like GTA, or maybe it was the new Cyberpunk that just came out. No, it wasn't. For the ones who don't understand what's going on, some chick posted her Animal Crossing character on Twitter, and instead of getting any type of feedback, she got doxxed for having a hairstyle that was quote unquote a person of colors. Could you imagine getting doxxed over Animal Crossing? Who even plays this game? I mean, just look at it. No offense to anybody who actually plays Animal Crossing. The game actually looks pretty cool. It reminds me of a chill game you would play after a long, hard day of work or something. Even though I've never played it, it definitely doesn't look like the game you should cancel someone over. For a hairstyle, that is. To be honest, no game should be worth canceling somebody for over a hairstyle. They didn't just cancel her, they went out their way to dox her. At this point, I'm just wondering, why can't Twitter just die out like Tumblr did? You guys remember Tumblr, right? That one app that slowly faded until irrelevancy? Yeah, that app. It doesn't just stop at Animal Crossing too. It goes on and on and on and on. I mean, the list will be... And by one of those things on the list, Twitter has decided that to end racism, you must be even more racist. I mean, their heart is in the right place, really, but their execution is horrible. Come on, this is just dumb as hell. I swear a toilet bowl has a higher IQ than half of the people on Twitter. My kings and queens, do you know what we need to do now since Twitter clearly isn't going away anytime soon, and the cancel culture will only get stronger. We need to rise together and cancel culture, because if we don't, you could get canceled someday. What? You don't think Twitter will try to cancel you next? I mean, look who they tried to cancel so far. The legend himself, Robert Downey Jr. And then they tried to cancel Chris Pratt for being a straight white Christian male. And the worst of all, they tried to cancel, oh God, not Obama, those sick How dare they? Now do you guys see why we must put an end to cancel culture? Do you see? I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we need to find a way. Something has to happen. This cannot continue because it starts with Twitter and then it goes elsewhere and then elsewhere and then elsewhere. And then what are we gonna do? We're gonna live our lives in the paradox where everybody has to have a woke mentality. And if you disagree with something, off with your head, you get the death. So, I don't know. I just wanted to say something about it. I haven't really heard much people address Twitter's actions because I guess everyone is scared. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there who have called Twitter out, but it's not like it changed anything. They're still gonna wake up in the morning and be offended over something and cancel somebody. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. That's all I got to say, really. I don't know what more. I mean, Twitter just has so much, it would be impossible to put everything they do into one video. So I'm just gonna end it right here before I give myself a headache. So thanks for joining me in my first video. Hopefully this will not be my last one. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to address and talk about. The goal of this channel that I want it to be, this should be a place where everyone is welcome and you guys should feel safe to talk about anything and relax. I'll be that guy you guys can rely on and trust when you need to hear the truth. I will not bullshit, I will not sugarcoat. Just come here, relax, feel good. Thanks for watching and hopefully I see you in the next one. If I make a next one. Later, losers.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.